Yo, what's up? As you may have inferred from the title, I'm going on a trip soon. Now, not immediately soon because, I got work to go. I'm leaving actually on the 14th of October, and it's going to be fun. I'm going up to visit my lady up in Canada. I'm going to London. That's in Ontario, I believe. I don't know Providences, I went to American history, U.S. history, U.S. social studies. I didn't do any Canadian anything or other. So everything I know about Canada, I learned from her. So but that's where I'm going. It's going to be fun. You have to have a passport to come back from Canada. A driver's license and a birth certificate. But coming back, if you don't have a passport, you're fucking stranded. You are now a Canadian citizen at that point. So, welcome to free healthcare. But I actually got my passport. Where'd it go? That bugger. It's in here somewhere. I'm quite sure of that. Let me just get my fucking hand. How did it get so far back? That's the real question. Bloodow. That's a passport. Yep. My picture is seriously fucking god awful. Goddamn bitch at Walgreens didn't know what she was doing. Check that shit out. But yep, I got my plane tickets, got all my reservations sorted, so that's gonna be fun. Yep, I haven't made any videos in a while because well, for one, I'm out of practice and habit. If I come home every day and make a video, then I'll come home every day and make a video. But I haven't made a video in like 3 weeks since my last video, and then after I made that video, I didn't make a video for another week. So I'm easing my way back into it. I don't want to sprain a funny bone or anything. So I'm just working my way back. And you're like, you're not even funny. It's because I'm easing my way into it, man. It's not very hard. You just gotta think rationally, but not too rationally, because if you rationalize, you gotta get a common sense, a little bit of rationality, then sprinkle in a little bit of imagination. I know a lot of you guys, and Nintendo robbed you of your imagination. It sure did do a number on mine, but it's there. It's not kicking, but it's kind of like twitching a little bit. So, yep. What else can I fucking gab about? The other day, right, I was mowing a park, and they had construction, and not really construction. They weren't constructing or destructing anything, but they were re-shingling a fucking gazebo, patio, fucking area, right? And but what they decided to do was they were like, you know what? We'll take all these fucking shingles and we'll throw them in the motherfucking dumpster that's right over there. But all these little nails, let's just sprinkle those out in the grass. And I'm like, I was none the wiser to this little plot of theirs. So I go zipping on through, whistling my little whistle, having a good time, And lo and motherfucking behold, I've got, okay, this is what the guy told me at the tire repair shop. 9 holes in the back left tire, 6 holes in the back right tire, and then 3 holes in the front left tire, and then the front right tire was made out of foam. So that saved me, another $14 in fucking tire repairs. After I popped them all, I was like, oh shit. I called my boss, I'm like, yo, what up? My tires, I ran over some nails, and he's like, why'd you do that? And I was like, I don't know, because I didn't know they were there. He's like, you gotta keep your fucking eyes open. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just flip down my fucking nail filter, my nail lens, so it'll all glow bright orange. And he was like, okay, why don't you do that? And then I had to fucking drive down to the TDS tire shop, and I was like, okay, let me just park this in here, and then you motherfuckers go to work. They went to work. I waited around for like fucking an hour, and my boss bitched at me. And then I was like, the next day, he was like, yo, by the way, you can't take off those days when you're going to Canada. Well, he didn't know I was going to Canada. He was like, you can't take off those days. And I was like, actually, I got a plane ticket, and it's non-refundable. And he was like, You should have told me. You should have told me. You should have said something. And I was like, well, you know, I wrote it on the fucking calendar. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you told me I was supposed to do. And he was like, you know what? We'll talk about this later. So when I talked about it later with him, he was like, okay, you can have that day off, but we're just going to bust ass for these 3 days. And I was like, about that. The Wednesday, I'm going to need to get off at about 1-ish. And he was like this was his eye, and I was like, oh fuck, this is no good, no bueno whatsoever. And then he was like, okay, is that it? Is that everything? I was like, yep, that's all, folks. See, this is what happens. I blather and I blather and I make a fucking 6-minute long video. I'll get the hang of it. I'll catch you on the flip.